Craig and Hannah, so today we're going to talk about offshore investing, which is always a hot topic, especially in the current economic climate in South Africa. Craig, we have a lot of clients that come to us and say, I want to invest offshore, but let's start at the beginning. Should we be investing offshore?
Yeah, the interesting thing is most people don't actually realize that they're already invested offshore through their retirement funds or any other products that they may already have. The answer, Sue, very simply, absolutely yes. And the reason for that is really around diversification. You know, South Africa is a tiny, tiny little economy. Our stock exchange only accounts for about 0.5% of the world's value. And we're quite a concentrated exchange. You know, we have a very strong mining influence, for example. We have very little or very few businesses in the tech space proportionally to the globe. We have very few businesses in the pharmaceutical, bio sort of sectors. Really, from a diversification point of view, it's absolutely imperative that every investment has offshore exposure to get access to these themes, number one. Number two, to get access to different currencies. And then number three, to get access to different regions in the world. You know, there are times where you want to be more heavily invested in certain areas of the world, and times you want to be less invested in those areas. So no investment strategy would be complete without offshore exposure.
So Hannah, a client comes to you and we're going to invest for them offshore. Can you take us through the limits that apply in terms of offshore investing and the exchange control rules?
As a South African tax resident, you may invest 11 million rand per calendar year directly offshore. This comprises of 1 million rand as a single discretionary allowance and 10 million rand as a foreign investment allowance. While you don't need permission from SARS to use your single discretionary allowance, you would need to apply for a tax clearance certificate for the 10 million rand foreign investment allowance. So it's important to keep track of these allowances to ensure that you don't go over your allowance per calendar year, because you would be penalized between 20 and 40% on the amount that you go over your allowance. This is also at SARS discretion. What's included is Amazon purchases, anything used in a foreign currency, that's included in your allowance. So if you are looking to take the full million rand offshore each calendar year, just maybe leave some space for any offshore purchases.